I just want to tap in with my guy, Elliot Love. He did these No Better events and it's turned into the jam. And this jam is now back. So let's go ahead and tap in with Elliot Love and talk to him right now.
Yeah, man. What's up, E? What's happening?
What's going on, Mike Bates? What's up, baby?
Oh, I can't call it, man. I'm just sit up here, just keep on working, keep on moving, and it's been really fun. It's been an interesting set of years with this whole, I would
Yeah.
say, uh, post extreme version of the pandemic, but it's been good, man. It's been a grind. How's everything
Yeah,
been
man.
for you? How's family? How's everybody? Everybody's healthy.
Oh, man, everybody's good, man. I'm blessed. I'm living out here in Houston, Texas. And I just go back and forth between home. But yeah, man, been out here for a while and just growing, learning, growing, and just, keeping it at that pace right there, man. You looking good, though, brother.
Oh man, you look better than me.
Man, I'm so
I know
proud of
black
you,
don't
man.
crack. I mean, that's just how
Yeah,
we are, right?
yeah, man. Shit,
Yeah,
I feel like the older I get, the better I'm looking,
I guess so. Yeah, I
But,
get a
man,
few gray hairs every once in a while, but that's it.
oh, yeah, just pluck those
I
out,
pluck
man.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, I'm proud of you though, man. I'm
yeah.
proud of you, man. It's always
Same
good
here.
chatting with you, man. You've been one of my dearest friends. I tell anybody that, man. And I tell them I owe you a lot, because you've
Yeah,
been there, you saw me at my lowest, man. So man, I always got love for you for that, brother.
yeah,
Always, man.
yeah,
I tell anybody I come across and we have a conversation, your name come up, they know.
yeah.
They know. So they better not say nothing against you because it's gonna be trouble.
Man, look, what's funny, man? Anybody who kind of even gets close to playing a game with me, I'm able to quietly walk away. You know, like that meme with Homer
Yeah,
Simpson going
yeah.
through the bushes. I'm that type of guy. I'm gonna go into the
You
bushes.
go back up away.
I'm gonna back off. Like, yeah, I don't like confrontation. I really don't like teaching anybody how to respect me. I don't. If you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
do it, and you're like, "What's wrong?" I can't tell you. So I just can't
Right,
because
right.
I don't know how you're gonna respond. I know my parents because I've been knowing them since I was born. I know
Right.
you because I've been knowing you for
For
over
what,
2 decades.
20?
You
Yeah,
know, I
goddamn, it's been a while.
yeah, same with Dorian Francis or Juice, Julian Gosson, any of the cats.
Yeah,
That I'm really tight with. I just I know that I can have candor with them. I just don't know
right, right.
about the other people that I've been knowing for
You
about
got
a year or
to
so.
right.
Yeah. So
You got
I
to
don't
work
know
the
how
net a
you're gonna
little bit.
react. Yeah, human
Nah, I'm
emotion
gonna
is
make.
interesting. I always want to bring the best out of somebody. I don't want to bring the worst out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
somebody. And if that seems to
yeah.
happen, then I'm quick to kind of resolve it.
And most definitely. Look, I want to give a quick shout out to for C Freedom. I wore a shirt that she made.
Oh,
I bought
nice.
this shirt maybe about 3 years ago, and I think this is my second time wearing it, man. And
Oh, wow.
man, I love this shirt, man. I love this shirt. So I just wanted to give her a shout out,
See,
you know,
freedom.
for
Yeah.
dressing me this morning
Oh,
for a
that's
quick
funny.
interview.
Oh, that's fire. Yeah.
Thank
Fun.
you, C. Love you out there, baby.
Yeah, funny as it is, I probably have an extreme amount of freedom fighter blood in my system.
Oh yeah,
One of
yeah,
my
man.
ancestral cousins is Frederick Douglass, so
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
kind of one of those guys. Yeah, let's bring it together somehow, some way. I'm just
You most definitely.
let's get out of this trap, whatever the trap is.
Right, right.
Speaking of, you did something revolutionary in the city, in New Orleans, that brought musicians together, and I want you to elaborate on it. It was called the No Better series. What made you do this? What gave you the confidence to say, "Hey, we need something in this city to bring all the musicians together, old and new, and just bring this campfire for people to experience."
Uh, I think what made me bring it together was it was I called the series "No Better Soul in Jazz," and it was inspired basically for musicians for jazz. If you're into soul, it was really what it was, you know. But when I moved back home from New York in 2015, I just felt so low, and I just felt like nothing was really going on at the time for musicians, and the unfair treatment was just going down, around that time in different bars and clubs. And I'm like, well, why is everybody racing to the Frenchman? Just start your own thing. I'm highly motivated right now because I'm fresh from New York, so my energy was just off the chain, and nobody wasn't doing anything during that time. I think just everybody was just at a stalemate for us musicians, just like going to the gigs and just going to play the gigs, and there was content with it. But I saw something more. I saw something more. I saw a lot more hunger in a lot of musicians, and they was getting fed. So I just wanted to create a hub where everybody could come together and they could feed their soul, feed the energy, feed their creativity, feed their minds, you know what I'm saying? Feed the audience something that they probably never experienced before. And I ran into Varette. I sat there, I talked to a friend of mine, and I told him that this is it. He's like, what? I said, this is it. This is where I want to do this open mic. And he's like, no, man, no. I brought some musicians in. I do have a picture of them, man. It's a cool picture, though. And we're sitting there. I'm sitting there with some musicians, and I'm like, this is it. Look at this. I'm like, man, we're gonna get paid $300. And it was like, hell no. Not one of them. Mostly, he was more animated about not doing it. I can't think his. I think his name Devin. He's out there in L.A. He plays the tuba. Real good guy though. Real good guy. And he turned it down and had some other musician that was weary. And I ran into Cool Nasty, and that's how everything pretty much kicked off right there, because they had the hunger that I was looking for. They had the hunger that fed me as well, So that hunger, my hunger and theirs combined, it was a big collage of like art, man. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, and that's how that came about. Just putting it together and being patient with it and growing the audience there.
Yeah. I actually had, the pleasure of being at the early stages of it and meeting some,
Yeah.
notable artists, Grace Gibson, Unscripted, uh, you name it, just a wealth of talent. Keontae,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of talent was coming through the pipeline that you know gave a lot of young people confidence that we could do something in the city. We could build our own industry, and that was really
Yeah.
cool, really nice to see. What happened when you know actually when what was weird about it? What happened when the event started to decline to where Varet's closed their doors to it? I mean, that was the weirdest time.
Yeah. The actual um, open mic, or it it didn't decline. It didn't decline, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. Um, I had a talk with with Phil Siv, the lead saxophone player
Yeah.
and one of the leads of Cool Nasty. I had a talk with him, and I told him, man, I had a dream last night, because I normally would meet with him at the end. You know what I'm saying? So we can do the finances or whatever.
Yeah.
And I say, man, I had a dream last night that my head was touching the ceiling, man. And I walked in to another room where they had musicians playing, but it wasn't none of my people, man. And none of our people was here. So I knew a change was coming. I knew a change was coming. Now, so I'm just elaborating on that because there wasn't a decline. We was actually, the line was starting to be created coming out of the door,
Mm.
So we was at our highest, this thing was getting crazy.
Right.
And Adina was our bartender. She was a singer. She's an amazing person. They had people standing on the bar stools, and she's still serving drinks and she's singing. So we was at our highest.
Yeah.
We had people that wanted to be a part of it.
Right.
We had music. We had movie producers. We had. I had to talk to some guys that was from overseas that wanted to take this thing overseas and wanted me to help operate it.
Yeah.
It was pretty. We was at our highest, and that's when I had that dream, and I was like, man, we getting too big for this place. But I didn't know that the rug would be pulled underneath us, that we was reported as noise ordinance, and
Oh wow.
how we had to shut it down.
Right.
And it was pretty bad. It was heartbreaking because people would still go there. After about 3 weeks, people still go there and want to, like I said, man, they want to be fed with some good energy, some new energy,
Yeah.
musicians and artists and, poets and, even, when we started implementing the comedy thing, it was a little later on, but that was working out, because it broke up everything,
Yeah.
Um, So when I mean by breaking up, I mean it added to, the actual music and the vibe. It cut right into it, and it made it something different and something way more appreciated, because you knew you was going to get that laugh somewhere. Whether this guy was really funny or not, you're going to get a laugh somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So, and I thought that was a sweet spot right there that I wanted to take advantage of and bring some of the local comedians in, man. I felt like the people deserved that. Um, but at the same time, though, no, we was at our highest peak when the rug got pulled underneath us, and we was reported as a noise audience, and we had to move around.
Mm-hmm.
And it was bad, bro. To me, and I think Cool Nasty will say the same. It was bad. It was
Yeah,
bad.
that's so Varet's got shut, well, essentially Varet's got shut down because
Yeah,
in a neighborhood where there's music and it's been there for decades, probably maybe 5 or 6 decades. One of the stop spots for brass bands in the city.
yeah,
When they do second lines, they go there as a stopping point. I know because I was at a
yep.
church right across the street called Bethlehem Lutheran Church, and they would
Hmm.
have some of the Super Sundays, and they would stop right there as a stopping
Yep,
point. So
that's
it was a
true.
very traditional spot when it came down to performances, and for that noise ordinance to happen, I didn't realize it was that. For that to happen and for that club to get shut down and you guys to get cited as a problem, like you said, it is heartbreaking in a music city. And I
Yeah, it was
remember,
devastating.
I remember when Glenn David Andrews actually fought that, fought the
Yeah,
noise ordinance from being to the point where you literally can't bring a horn out to practice your horn. Like you
right.
can't practice it on the porch, type of thing. And
And
it's
the crazy part,
yeah,
that's during the same time
yeah,
where
yeah.
people,
I
they
remember.
was doing it all over the city at the
Yeah,
time.
I remember.
You know,
They even were bringing
so
people to jail and stuff like that.
yeah, it was pretty
It
crazy,
ramped
man.
up. Yeah, it ramped up after you guys got shut down. And I actually put a post out on my Facebook about um, just please don't take our music away. Like I was kind of like, I
Right,
love the city, and I know you guys have you want to bring business to a very legitimate level where it
right.
doesn't require us to be there, but this is a part of the nucleus of the best way to say it is a part of the culture, the performance
Yeah, yeah.
culture, that you will see random people on the street performing, and those people,
Performing.
yeah, those people are trying to make a living out of it versus doing something deconstructive. They're doing something
Right.
constructive, so it's hard to imagine New Orleans without music. It's really hard to see that.
Right, right.
And it's good
And
that you have these gatekeepers that are fighting that. That's awesome
yeah.
to see.
Yeah, because you don't want to feel compressed, like you can't express yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't go nowhere. You
Right.
can't play too loud because Miss Susie over here is going to complain. You know, and then
Yeah.
come to find out that the other crazy part about it is, and to me, I think that it was some other doors that was opening as well.
Yeah.
Um, but at the same time, even when that happened later on, the owner, some of the management, Ed, Adina,
Hmm.
some of them found out that they was already grandfathered in with the live music thing.
Oh
Like they've been doing it forever,
wow.
so they didn't even need. There's no way they should have been shut down because they've been already
Oh
grandfathered
wow.
in for a long time.
Right.
So
Exactly.
man, once everybody found that out, it was like, oh my god. So
Right.
it was,
Exactly.
let's try to bring it back, but it never was. We, I think we no, I don't think they wanted to bring it back, but I think I declined it because I didn't feel like it was going to bring the same feel, and I didn't want to like be chasing something
Right.
that's not there anymore if it's not authentic.
Right.
Um, so I declined, but I did do some sets over there. We had a good time. We did a reunion over there. That thing was like crazy packed. Oh
Yeah.
my god! When we did our Veret's No Better Soul reunion, Cool Nasty, Elliot Love, that thing was live, man.
Hmm.
That thing, it was live, and I appreciated that. But that's after we found out
Hmm.
that it was good to go. Like they
Right.
already
Yeah.
grandpa, you know.
Right. Right.
So yeah, man. I mean, it was some good times though, indeed.
Yeah. So it, from the Verrett situation, it did expand, right? It went, speaking of
Yeah,
expansion, it went over to the jazz market, and I was there
yeah,
for some of the events over there when I would, come in from touring, and see Cool Nasty there, and see, a lot of the artists from Verrett go to the,
yeah,
jazz market and perform, which it was really cool. It was great to
yeah.
see it improving and growing. Were you around for that series too? Because I didn't really see you there.
Yeah, I was around, but in the beginning stages, there was a little discrepancy between where we're going and what we're going to do, and uh, the band wasn't making any money because
Uh,
we had reached the elevation of pocketing, from the actual Varettes. I mean, we went from 300 to close to 1,200, 1,400, and that's like five, six people
mm,
getting broke off. So everybody was
right,
leaving there with about 200 plus, something
right,
like that. So we was things was moving up from
yeah,
there. So
yeah.
when Varette shut down, yeah, we was kind of scrambling a little bit to find out. It was a little tug of war. There was some things that happened. I can go in depth into it, but I don't think I will in some
Yeah,
cases. But
it's not necessary. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But there were some things that happened, and I wanted to go to the Hi Ho Lounge, and the Hi Ho Lounge wanted us there. They was gonna pay us pretty fair
hmm
for a start, and Kunaz, they had their own vision. They envisioned themselves at the jazz market. I couldn't see it, to be honest with you. I couldn't see it. I wanted to go somewhere. The next level for me was to have a stage,
yeah,
to have people walk on the stage. Because to me, if you walk on the stage and you're standing up there, that's preparing you for the next level.
yeah.
It's preparing you to go to the next level.
Right.
Kunas, they didn't have the same vision as myself, but the vision that I did have, that was a part of me, they took it with them to Barrett's, but they made it their own as well. They had their own vision. They just came from LA. They was loving the LA vibes, and they wanted to create that type of element. So that's what they saw.
Yeah.
And when they brought it to the jazz market, and keep in mind, the jazz market, it was a lot of stuff going on. The jazz market, they did call and ask me. They did call and ask me, do what's going this that. We was talking to the management over there, uh, and I told him I told him that I told him I'm passing it on to Cool Nasty because I mean they didn't know how much I trust them and how much I loved them. Uh, the ball was in their court to do what they needed, and sometimes that's what it's supposed to be. When I created this, my vision was to pass this on anyway.
Right.
To pass it on to the next host,
Right.
which would have been Prosper Jones. Shout out to Prosper Jones, he's doing his thing. Um, that was the vision. And Cool Nasty, as we elevate, you pass it on to the next band, the next hungry musicians, the next, Um, so that was the vision. So one thing led to another. It was a lot of, I stepped back on my end, and every Wednesday, man, every Wednesday.
Every
But
Wednesday. Yeah.
every Wednesday when they did the jazz market, man, I didn't feel a part of it at all, and it
Mm.
crushed me. And they know Cool Nasty knows this to a certain extent. But I didn't feel good about myself. I feel like I let people down when I actually didn't let anybody down. But at that time, I felt real powerless. I felt real
Mm.
not involved. I
Yeah.
felt like I created something that I don't even have my hands on. I can't, even if something go wrong, I can't protect nobody. I'm just, you know,
Yeah.
and it wasn't for me to even do that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
sometimes, you have to open those doors, and I think Cool Nasty created their own, their own avenue and what they wanted to do,
Yeah.
and who am I to stop them? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that wasn't a vibe that I was on. I'm not gonna stop nobody from. If you feel like this is gonna work for you, go for it.
Yeah.
So there was an element of, like I said, a bit of a tug of war. But that was my time to sit back and kind of reevaluate myself too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Absolutely.
worked out. Yeah.
Man. Yeah. That's really interesting. And what I think about too, especially when you talk about New Orleans business, just specifically, we tend to be a bit more greedy and a bit more separate about building something. Whereas if you go to New York, like you said, or Miami, Los Angeles, you'll see this, or Atlanta, you'll see the same
Yep.
people
Yep.
in those big circles in different areas. So, for example, like organized noise, your Outkast, your Monica, you have that. Then you have L.A. Brandy,
Right.
Dr. Dre, Snoop, The Game. Then you go to New York, you see Jay Z, you see um, J Cole, Nas.
Right.
They all they all can they all have big circles, right? But they all connect with each other in those big
Yeah.
markets to do business. Maybe
Yeah.
temporary, maybe for friendly
Long term.
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole connectivity thing. That's one of the issues that are hampering our city is that we don't understand how to bring it together, cut the ego at the door, and come together
Yeah.
and make something happen. I mean,
Yeah.
that's one issue that we have to resolve in order to
Yeah.
move forward and build great businesses and great
Right.
opportunities. And I mean, we of course we do have the policies in place that are hampering us too, that are an issue. But the biggest thing is just us coming together and becoming bigger than the unions that are present that don't have anything about helping us completely. It's more about helping the specific parties that build that
Right.
system. It's like my dad said, 100 years you can fight the systems that be, but they'll still be there. You'll be in the
You're gonna
grave.
still be there.
You'll be gone,
Still gonna
and
be
those systems will still be there. So you
right.
don't. And another, a lot of business advice is, the ones that are doing it successfully in the entrepreneurship world, they're like, build your own building. Don't destroy that one and build on top of it. That don't make sense.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to do that with most businesses anyway, because they're not going to allow you to do that. So just build your own thing and build up from the ground up and continue building your business.
Right. Right.
So
I totally agree.
yeah. So man, it's, you know, back to the every Wednesday, back to the No Better series. Pandemic happened, so it kind of shut it down at the jazz market. And
Yeah. Yeah.
now as of last Wednesday, we're back. We're moving back. We're moving on it.
Congratulations
We're
on
pushing
that,
it.
baby.
Yeah, pushing it back at the market. So we're about to go into the second week of every Wednesday. So that's gonna be
Every Wednesday.
yeah, it's gonna be popping and pumping, and we'll get all the artists that have gone through there and do an outreach. Make sure to get people involved, musicians, everybody, and just keep building, keep
Yeah.
growing it into something beautiful. And this is not the end. I know that you still have the No Better brand, and you can push it anywhere and everywhere. You're in Houston. I'm sure you probably are gonna start something there, and it might branch
Yeah, they
out to
have some
LA with
stuff
Cool
there.
Nasty being out in LA. You can push
Yeah,
that
yeah,
in
Cool
LA.
Nasty.
Who knows? You were at New York. You
Yeah.
could push in New York. I've got connections in Florida. It could be in Miami or
Right.
Destin,
Miami.
Florida. You name it. We can start building them other places. It's a brand that can go everywhere,
Right.
man. So
And you know what? One of the things I gotta give Dorian his props because
yeah, shout out to
you know
Dorian and
yeah,
Mecca Notes. Mecca Notes brought the
yeah,
band.
Mecca knows.
Yeah,
Yep.
he brought
Mecca,
the
that's
new
my
band.
dog right there.
Yeah,
What's up, Mecca?
Mecca. He got Jonathan Newman, Evan on bass. He got this new cat that I really like a lot. I mean, he's probably not new in the game, but people know him really well. His name is Cam. He plays keys. He's
Damn.
really dope. Yeah, Cam. He's really dope. Dope cat. Once you come in town, you got to check him out. Yeah,
Most definitely.
I played with him at
I,
jazz camp graduation. I think he's
bad
graduating
boy.
high school. Yeah, bad cat, young lion, man. He's rolling.
But
Yeah.
most definitely, man, I want to give a shout out to Dorian, man,
Yeah.
because when I talked to him on the phone, he was telling me about the ideas and what he wanted to do, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, cool, and but he said, man, I want to do this to honor you, man. And I'm like, wow, I ain't never been honored for nothing before, man. As far as when it comes to music and creativity,
Yeah.
or what I brought to New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? I was always looked over a little bit, not by a few, but by many. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
absolutely.
and yeah, so I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, Dorian, brother. I
Yeah.
appreciate that, man. And and my thing is with the Wednesday nights at the Jazz Market of the new right now, and what you guys doing, man. I would say, man, just make it your own, and man, you know, just give it all you got, baby.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, man. So we definitely gonna, there's definitely gonna be homecomings.
Yeah, yeah.
When it's around maybe like Jazz Fest, when everybody's in town. So for sure, we're definitely gonna continue to
Yeah,
build
and
and,
once
and
again,
make it
shout out to
happen.
Mecca, man. Shout out to Mecca, man. That's
Yeah,
my brother
shout out
right
to
there.
Mech. Shout out to Mech.
Yeah, man, most
Man,
definitely.
man. So I think we covered everything, brother. Is there anything else? Where can people find you? Is there anything they can pay attention to that you got coming out? What you got next going for yourself?
Well, what I got going right now, most definitely going to be promoting what's going on at the Jazz Market every Wednesday.
Hmm.
What is it? Is it called No Better Soul, or how y'all?
I think it's called the Jam right now.
The
The
Jam.
Jam.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine. Well,
yeah,
I'm about to
and
get behind that for sure. I'm about to be promoting that pretty hard
yeah,
with you guys.
yeah.
And for Monster Love, working on some production right now,
Hmm.
and I'm going to be working on original music that'll be coming out probably before the new year. And that's what I'm working on. I'm excited about that, man. I'm excited about the jam, man. I'm excited. I'm just excited right now about a lot of stuff, man. And I'm happy.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't replace that with nothing, man. Being happy and being fulfilled, man. It seems like everything just comes full circle, man. And what you guys are doing, man, I'm just appreciating it, man. And I can't wait to come on Wednesday, man, and get on the microphone and sing, for you guys.
Oh man, that would be fire.
Yeah,
Super
man.
fire.
I
Hey,
had to sing Canal Street.
yeah,
Be right there
yeah,
when
yeah, I
you
guess
call
so.
me. Hey, no, look, nobody not gonna know nothing. People gonna be like, "You ever heard this song? I never heard this
Never
song."
heard this song. Man, bruh, we could definitely got to do that. We got to tap in on that one. So yeah, man, Elliot Love, check him out. So what's your tag handle on your
Oh,
on your social media?
on Instagram is Monster Love
Masha Love.
LUV. Yeah, Monster LUV 504. I do have a uh I was just say Instagram. I would
Okay,
probably go right there. Yeah, because pretty much my other handles is on my Instagram as well.
got you. Okay,
So
so you
yeah.
can see it from there. That's your landing
Yeah.
page. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, this is Monster Love, Elliot Love. This is my homie, brother from another mother. I'm Mike Bass. If you want to follow me, I'm Face Mike Bass. That's across the board on all my social media pages. I've got all my production up there. I've got other things going on, things I'm doing at the Jazz Market, especially this every Wednesday.
Every
That's the No
Wednesday.
Better Performance Series. There's gonna be lots more No Better stuff to come out in different areas across the globe. I'm just gonna call it like it is. The universe, if we get far enough, we can go and put No Better on Mars with Elon Musk or whatever. So, all right, brother, it's always a
All right,
pleasure,
brother.
man.
Man, most definitely, man. I love you, man.
Uh,
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. All right, peace.
All right.
All right.
If you got to the very end, thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, ding that bell for the notifications, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.